I think in the short term we can squeeze a little bit more. I don't think I've seen as unanimous a view as the last 6 or 8 months, where every time you've met a macro investor, they've been speaking about political risk in Europe and how it's underpriced. And look, it was difficult to know ahead of the weekend's election exactly how things would fall, but they've obviously fallen in a way which is about as positive as you could get, I suspect. So that means I think that risk premium's got to keep coming out of Euro and European assets.
Okay, all right. So what is the top Euro trade as it stands right now? I mean, we still, of course, there's still a lot of event risk ahead. We're 2 weeks away from the actual final runoff for the elections. Short-term trading?
Look, I think markets are like that at the moment. I mean, not only do you have this reassessment of European risk, you've got a reassessment of, President Trump and to what extent he's actually going to be stimulatory for the US economy. And you've got a bit of a reassessment of the bullish Asia trade as China starts to show, continues to show signs that the industrial sector there is slowing. So I think that mix means, the ideas that have made most sense and have been most profitable in currency markets have actually typically not been against the US dollar, but against the crosses.
Okay, all right. So when you look at the US dollar, then, how bullish are you on the dollar overall over the next 12 months?
Look, not that bullish. I mean, certainly against some currencies, sterling, for instance, you might argue there's still some risk about Brexit kind of enactment and the detail and practicality of that coming through, and maybe some currencies in Asia where we think, the Fed rate hikes we expect are going to start to take some capital out of the region, particularly the low yielders like Singapore. But more broadly, I think you're going to find there's probably as many currencies go up against the dollar as go down. So I actually think starting from a dollar perspective in currency markets is not particularly helpful.